he said about the pay for the teachers. So this is what he didn't understand.
He commented about when we said we should be spending more on our teachers.
So we did not say that the teachers should get a pay raise. Okay? We said that the cream of the crop should get a pay raise.
Okay.
Incentives for being better, for doing more.
What did he say about that?
Because he said the community does not want the teachers to be paid more.
He said that?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
The community doesn't want...
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
He says they feel...
Where does
let me get his... He says they believe the teachers are already overpaid.
Really?
Yes.
He said that?
Yes.
That shocks me.
Yeah. I might need to post this so they don't think we're lying.
No, but that shocks me. Okay,
Yeah.
so
now he says they got negative feedback.
I wonder how, though. Because, I mean, we're sending... It's a catch-22. You have to raise the funds. You know, it's not like a business. This is you're spending government. You're spending
taxpayers' money. That's what the school does. It spends taxpayers' money.
But we have a shortage of teachers. My wife is a substitute in both counties. She normally goes to Hardy County because she says it's easier to work with them.
As far as I know, there are at least 5 to 8 full-time subs at Petersburg that do not have a degree in what they're teaching.
And it's just because we have a shortage.
Yes.
So I'm curious. I could say all the phone calls I've got, I don't know about you. I've never had anybody say that we're paying teachers too much. They say we're mismanaging millions of dollars and it doesn't make sense.
And we're going to get into the funds.
But question, how much do teachers make?
We looked it up one night.
Our sister was a teacher in Hampshire, Mineral County.
It's based on how many years. It's based on what type of degree you have. It's, if you have a master's, you're going to make more than a bachelor's. Obviously, if you have a doctorate, you're going to make more than a master's, So there's different levels, different years.
I'm shocked he said that. That's okay. Yeah. That's interesting.
So I wasn't polled on this. No, and it's funny for us having a podcast. We were never asked these questions on what you would think for someone who has been outspoken that they would, unless they don't want to hear what you want to have to say.
Yeah, that's...
But we even made the distinction. The young lady that got the award.
Yeah.
She should be locked in.
I would be finding a way to keep her on the team.
Yes,
I would try to find ways to replicate her and to use her as a mentor. And
yes. So what you want to do is you want to bring everyone's standard up.
Yeah.
A lot of the teachers come to us and feel like they are getting no support.
We hear that from many functions. We hear that, hey, I won't.
And we're not going to break confidences.
Yeah, but we get told that we can't discipline. We bring him here. I mean, I don't want to get into details, but we do hear that the support and the behavior of students and listen, at the end of the day, it all starts in the house. So no matter what the school says, I mean, the school is not an easy job. So we're not saying, oh, this is easy. Trust me.
And listen,
it is not easy.
And I'll just use it from my experience at the pool. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't instances where I have to correct. Okay. But the thing is, I have the ultimate say. And if I say you're out of the pool for the month, you're out of the pool for the month. And I've kicked many kids out.
But listen, you do it a couple times and they know not to pull stuff.
Yeah.
And that's
I talked to them. And I've kicked some kids out for like 3 days. I brought them back and talked to them. Like, listen, I don't have a problem with you. Don't hate you. Don't dislike you. It's just we have rules here. And if you abide by the rules, we'll get along great. If not, we have a problem. And it seems like from what I've heard, and we can't.
Be careful.
We are hearing
want to protect people.
We are hearing from multiple people in the school system.
Employed by the school system. They are feeding
us a lot of information. So that was interesting. So I'm not for upping all teachers' pays, as we said. I believe
should be
the cream of the crop. We need to start getting the cream of the crop. Now, we will jump around here a little bit because we talked about teachers' pay, and part of the levy is bringing on. I know what we were talking about. Shortage of teachers.
Yeah.
We're short of teachers, but yet in the levy, they're doing part of the levy was to make extra classrooms to have smaller smaller amount of students in the class, which means you need more teachers. Well, there's already a shortage. So how are you going to fill those positions with qualified teachers?
So I'm going to go by what I can see that the press printed. They have it
I've
called
got it here.
Curriculum and Instruction. $174,000 annually.
No, right here.
What's it called?
Classroom reduction personnel. $1.1 million.
Okay, question. Where did you get yours?
This was what I requested from Tony Oates.
Because this was just printed in the press. And what's it called there?
It is called Classroom Reduction Personnel. $1.17 million. And I just got this from Tony Oates. That's what I asked, and then got this letter.
So I have to read this slowly.
Yeah.
Government, general maintenance, improvements, and equipment. Curriculum and instruction. Or release funds. Provide extra funding for extracurricular programs such as band and music. Athletic passes.
And we'll go through all that because I got the breakdown.
I'm just trying to find where it said about that in here. Because I would assume this would be the most current since it was published for the citizens that would be voting. So I assume that this wouldn't be different. Safety and security. I don't know. I had to read it.
So that's on there. So my question is, and this is where it gets sticky, if we have 5 to 8 full-time subs that do not have degrees in what they're teaching, and now we're bringing on 2 more classrooms.
Is that how many classrooms they said?
It says 2 professional and 2 service. I'm guessing that's 2 teachers, 2 aides.
Can I say this?
That's my guess. Because they're trying to reduce the amount of kids in the class.
Okay. How many is it now allowed in the class? 20-some, I assume?
It was lowered, I think. I think it's around 28. Once again, I'm just going by memory. If that's not it, I apologize. But I'm thinking around 28.
Okay.
So that does.
Listen, teacher shortage is Greene County, Hardy County.
Oh, it's all over.
It's a teacher
shortage.
shortage.
There was a bus driver shortage. I remember in Hardy County they had a big bus out
in front of the high school
and saying, we need bus drivers. But that's everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a shortage. So,
we'll need more subs in Petersburg. They're bringing no more teachers.
So that's basically the letter. There were some other things, So in my studying, what I found was, and someone called us and turned us on to this, that there was COVID money.
Yep.
That was given to the school. And this is where I'm saying don't know.
Was that given to the school from the federal government or the state? Do you know?
So there was COVID money, everything. Now, if I'm wrong, I apologize, but I went to the federal website. Okay. And on the federal website, it gives a breakdown of every school, every county in the entire United States.
And
what that county school system
preference
got.
it. This is the federal website.
Yes.
Just let them know it's a federal website that gave this information. If you believe what the government says, this is not us making up a number.
So,
because whenever you say I got this number from a government website, I go,
well, because they had to give the breakdown of where the COVID money was going to. Because remember, it was.
Oh my God, trillions of dollars.
Trillions of dollars.
It doesn't mean that I went to schools, but they got
but it was. I mean, the COVID we spent. Okay. So the COVID relief aid to Grant County schools, according to the federal website, was just shy of $6 million.
When did the school system get that money?
It was released in different times, but 21, 22.
Okay.
I think there was a couple different releases.
How much does the school system get from the county every year in tax money?
Minus the levy?
Minus the levy.
I have that figure.
And the levy was like $2 million a year, I'm guessing. I think it's is that a decent number?
The school gets already from our taxes minus the levy. They get 40, as far as I could say, 48.3%.
Okay, what's that number?
Now you're asking me for a different paper. Here it is.
What's that number?
So the county took in.
Jerry helped you with this, right? You went to see him.
Yeah.
Okay.
The county took in taxes.
Is this property taxes?
Property taxes.
Okay.
$5,371,752.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's property taxes, which was cars, but that goes away now. So cars, houses, and then businesses, personal property.
Yeah. Farmland. There's different classes. Class 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5.3 million, we'll just say for.
Okay.
So 5.3 million, and the schools get 48.3% of that without the levy.
So it's like 2.6 million.
Okay. With the levy, it's over 60%.
Okay. What are the dollars though?
Well, you have your phone. My phone's recording.
Well, 48.3%. How many million did you say the county gets? 5.2?
5.3. 5.37, but 5.3 just for
times 0.483 means the school system gets 2.255559.
Oh, I did have it there. Okay.
2.5, 2.5 million. There's some other digits.
Yeah.
So around 2.5 million. So the school gets 2.5 million.
Yes.
How much do they get from the levy each year? Because I thought this levy was a 10-year, wasn't it?
It was a 5-year levy call.
Okay.
And
I thought it was $10 million. I could be wrong.
I think so. I know this one is just shy of 10 million.
Okay. But the last one may have been more because it was a higher
20, wasn't it? I don't know. I can't remember, and I don't have that paper.
Okay. So the school gets 2.5 million from the county
automatically. That's
and then they get, we're guessing, 8,000 a kid from the state.
Mm-hmm.
So how many kids go to the schools?
We guessed. I went and asked the board office, and they weren't sure, but they thought like 1,500 was a good number.
So 1,500 times 8,000 is 12 million. So is that a yearly number?
Yeah, I believe so.
So 12 million plus the 2.5 million is 14.5.
And then now the levy, this year it would have been about 800. If I'm right on my figuring, about 827,000.
It couldn't be that, because that means if it was $827,000 every year, that means the levy was only that's only $4 million. The levy was last time.
Okay.
I thought it was.
I don't know. It was like 15.4%. That's all I did for these numbers is I looked at my taxes.
Okay.
And figured out how much my taxes were taking.
Yeah, but it'll be different for business than person. So that number.
That's true.
Can fluctuate.
Yes, yeah, that number will fluctuate because of the classes.
Yeah.
So my business gets taxed more than your house does.
Yes.
And I'm getting killed in my business.
So class 3 taxpayers, which are businesses.
Yes.
That may be a clear definition. There are approximately 846,000 of the overall 1.1 million assessed value in the county.
So 80%.
So yeah, around 80% is
your
paid for by businesses.
Pay 80% of the levy tax.
So what does that mean as a business? What do you pay? What do you pay taxes on?
It's funny because when I moved here, the first thing, because I was in Hardy County, got married, moved here to Grant. The very first thing I got a call from when I moved here was the assessor's office.
Yeah.
We need a list of every cord, microphone, adapter, speaker,
really?
Everything that you have.
So that's interesting. So question. You have to pay taxes on
every single thing that I have.
So I'm trying to think.
I just went in yesterday and I did ask them. I'm like, listen, I have equipment that I have not used literally in 8 years. I haven't used it. I still own it, but it's outdated. No one's going to buy it.
Yeah.
You can't sell it. And I just can't see throwing it away because you're throwing away a good speaker, a good soundboard. And I said, but I haven't used it in 8 years. And they said that if you haven't used it in 8 years, they would adjust it for me.
So here's a question. And I'm picking on the press because I have their paper. So their equipment that's used to make
is all taxed.
Papers.
Yes.
All their equipment is taxed.
Yes.
And the levy, the new levy would be 19.8 cents per $100 valuation. So for someone owning a home, for every $100 valuation for your home, that's class 2 residence, it's an extra 9.9 cents. So for every $100,000 your home is valued at, is an extra $99. And as a business, every $100,000 in equipment, it's an extra $198.
Yeah.
For the levy.
It's a lot.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I think so. It's a lot more on businesses than it is.
Well, I see that.
And so what do we do? Not me, because I'm stupid.
Well, you raise your price.
But I haven't.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have to, and it's sad because I do a lot of the school functions all across the counties.
Mm-hmm.
I do them for dirt cheap. I mean, it barely pays for my time. Honestly, it doesn't pay for the wear and tear. So we did, and this is just saying, we did a cheerleaders thing, and I'm happy to do it. We did a cheerleaders thing. It was supposed to be in Petersburg. Weather, they couldn't have it in Petersburg, canceled it. They moved it to Franklin. I quoted them a price in Petersburg.
Mm-hmm.
Had to drive to Franklin. So now it's the drive to Franklin, the time to Franklin, the time back.
Yeah.
And I ended up not making a dime, really. And I'm not complaining about that. But the thing is, with these taxes, I've been eating them. I can't eat them anymore. So I have to pass it on to the customer.